Alrighty, so we're at Cafe Rica today. We'll be doing an interview with a lady named Danielle Schluckbier. Today she's going to be answering us some questions pertaining to what she does and how they get their money. So how do you guys get your funding, out of curiosity?
Okay, awesome, great question. So we get a lot of funding from grantors, but that funding is really restricted, and they tell us specifically what we need to use the money for. So when it comes to things like the physical maintenance of the building, we rely on donations in order to cover those costs that are not covered by our grants. So we have this fundraiser coming up, Celebrity Server. It's April 26th at Firekeepers, and it raises a large amount of our general funds. So Bobby Holly and the Motown Band is the main event. As far as entertainment, we wanted a positive role model to be a part of this event as far as the entertainment goes. And then big politicians, Representative Jim Hadsma is going to be there, and business owners are going to be there. So there's going to be a lot of people.
What does Safe Place all do? Like, you know, I saw that it was an abbreviation for something. What does that abbreviation stand for?
The abbreviation is Safe Area Family Environment. And we do have a shelter in Battle Creek that provides emergency housing. We have 52 beds, and it's a temporary stay. And so that's kind of what we're most well known for, is our shelter. But we also do counseling for people who aren't living in shelter. We do counseling for people who haven't left their abuser yet, and they're sort of processing what's happening, and they're just starting to identify that they're in an abusive relationship. And we do legal advocacy in Eaton, Berry, and Calhoun County. And we offer support if someone is prosecuting their abuser, or if they're interested in getting a PPO.
So what does your job entail?
So my job entails a lot of going out into the community. I do some education and speak to groups about our services, and then connect them with opportunities to help.
What are some ways that people can just go out and volunteer for Safe Place?
Well, we have opportunities in our children's program. That's a really easy way to get people plugged in. If you have any experience working with kids, it's a lot of fun. We have opportunities working on our hotline, and that typically is more for individuals who have some experience working with survivors of trauma. We also have volunteers who work with our donors and make sure that we're staying connected with donors and thanking them properly for giving to us. Volunteers who go out into the community and help with the educational piece.
Right.
So there are a lot of opportunities.
Typically, on average, how often, like how many people on average just come to Safe Place just to seek out help?
We served about 2,000 people last year. We only served 400 of them in shelter, so the other 1,600 were from our counseling services, legal advocacy, hotline calls.
All right. Has Safe Place, you know, wanted to expand itself?
Yeah, so we have had a new internship opportunity at Eaton County with our legal advocacy team. So we have interns who can sit in the courthouse and help with PPOs, and that's been able to expand the number of people we've been able to help with PPOs. Our physical building, our shelter was built in 1890-ish, so it's hard to expand on that really. With historic buildings, construction is difficult. I'm working on a history project right now that we're hoping we'll be able to release in October. And I want to share with the community how we have grown in services, where we started, and what service we started with. And I want to tell that story of how those changes took place and who is a part of that.
Well, that's all the questions I have for you today. Thank you for coming out and actually coming to do this interview. It was great meeting you. I love getting to know a lot more about Safe Place and all the stuff that it can do.
Thank you so much for having me.
So we just did our interview with Danielle, and it was a great interview. I got to learn a lot about Safe Place and what they do. Thank you guys for your time. You guys have a great one.